Okay, good morning. I'm doing this video for um people who are trying to conceive. Some people call it TTC. Um, and I'm doing it for those who are asking the question, does um ginger work? Does it work? So my answer is it actually does. So I was introduced to ginger by my sister-in-law, and I started using it. I actually used it to get my weight into check. um if you look at me, you know that I'm advanced in age, and trying to conceive wasn't part of the plan. TTCing has been a better part of my story in getting the kids, the number of children that I have now. It's part of my story, but that's not for the story for today, because I was done with that part. I had three kids and I had ended. And then I now, some years after, I put on some weight and I wanted to do away with that weight. So that's when I now started using ginger. So um, probably if I had read all the instructional materials concerning ginger, maybe I wouldn't have taken it if I had seen that fertility was part of it. So I didn't take it up to 2 weeks. In fact, the first 3 days I took the 30 meals morning, 30 meals evening. And after that, I was basically remembering in the morning alone to take the 30 meals. I didn't even remember to take in the evening anymore. So, but before the 2 weeks was done, I now noticed some funny changes and decided to do a check. And unbelievably, in fact, before I did that check, you should know that it would have been a serious thing that would have happened for me to do that check. Because after my first child, getting pregnant was an uphill task. I had to go through a lot of tests, hospital checks, and all that, flushing tubes, checking if there is a blockage, a lot of medication. That's why I said it's a story for another day. So taking in wasn't even part of it at all. So before I did that check to like the pregnancy test, something would have happened to shock me to do that. So I did the tests and then I found out that I was pregnant. Unbelievably, being pregnant, at this age when I didn't even want it. Oh no, not want it. I didn't plan for it, but it did happen. So I now had to do a background check and like, what did I do different? There must have been some kind of lifestyle change to cause it to happen. So when I did those checks, that's when I now realized that it was ginger. And I now took time to read all the instructional materials about ginger and I found out that fertility was part of it. So it does work. For those of you who have not seen me, this is how I look now with my big belly. I hope that this will help someone who is trying to conceive who doesn't even have one, or maybe had one and had to stay for a long time, like me, that I had to stay for 8 years before having my second, and then another 7 years before having the one I thought would have been my last. So thank you very much, and I really hope that God will use this to help someone. Bye.